It is a historic trip for Brighton and Hove Albion as they continue to break new boundaries, preparing for an 8th successive Premier League season, with this their first ever visit to Japan. Kicking off their pre-season campaign in Tokyo's National Stadium against Japan's most successful club. Kashima Antlers in the thick of a title challenge this year, but they are relishing the opportunity to test themselves against opponents from England's top flight. Will this come through? It does for Maruka. He does have support arriving as well. Sugai cutting back the cross. Awkward for Van Hekke. But here is Sugai trying to take his chance. Off the bench 10 times in the J-League this season, where he's yet to start a game. He covered really good ground in support of the attack. Combining with Maruka down the right. And Brighton kick off their campaign. Here they come with Mitoma. Might open up for the shot for him. It did. It's deflected. It ends up on the top of the goal. And just for a moment it looked like that might loop the other side of the crossbar. They won it well in the Antlers half of the field. Mitoma tried to take full advantage. And Samuels. James Milner threading it forward. Minteh had made the run, may yet apply the finish as well, and does. Took it beautifully. Minteh on his first appearance in Brighton blue and white scores the first goal of their Japanese tour, announcing himself to his new side supporters that have made this lengthy trip. Double digits for goals in the Eredivisie on loan at Feyenoord last season from Newcastle. Sold him on in the summer for a healthy profit. It hasn't taken him long to make an impact here. That began inside their own half. He had a bit of space, but he had plenty still to do. Did it with a real degree of composure. It's a good ball, and Mitoma is in here, took the extra touch, and support was provided by Minteh. Good save by Hayakawa, as it needed to be. Just delayed it initially there, did Mitoma. So all of the changes going across the bottom of your screen. We'll work out who's playing where in the course of the context over the next few minutes. Couldn't quite reach that one though, still. It came to him awkwardly from Buonanotte, the teenage Argentinian. The period in Belgium was Circle Brugge in between. He's up for the corner, which is touched short instead, and flash goal. It's with real intent. He caught it sweetly enough, did Maruka, but not quite with the accuracy required. And pushed plenty forward here in support of the attack, and it almost came through for Cozier-Dubbery. Plenty of space initially when he made his run. Goes the corner. Two to try and challenge for it, brought down beautifully by Sarmiento, who doubles the lead in impressive fashion. Well, Jeremy Sarmiento has been busy this summer. He was away with Ecuador at the Copa America. No holiday for him. Player who spent last season out on loan in the Championship with West Bromwich Albion, and then with Ipswich Town, where he won promotion to the Premier League. Back in Brighton blue here, he's doubled their lead just 5 minutes into this second half. here for the shot. It does, straight at the goalkeeper. Not entirely convincing with the save though, and there may be a further opportunity yet. Brilliantly taken. Ayari thumps it in for 3-0 Brighton. Well, they've come racing out of the blocks despite the mass changes at half-time. Those that have stepped on have certainly slipped straight into their stride. Emphatic from Ayari. Kawa punching it clear. It always looked as if that might prove costly. But the Swede did brilliantly here. Just 20 years of age. He lashed that one in. It certainly looks acceptable on the break. Brighton in the mood to make them pay, maybe. All sorts of space again. And that was very nearly four. Flashed across goal by Cozier-Dubbery this time. Determined to make his impact on the game. And he lost 2 of 15, remember, in that division. He's born a Minteh. Cozier-Dubbery bending one into the corner. And the goals keep coming for Brighton. That's 4-0 now, just beyond the hour. And a first for Cozier-Dubbery. Statement of his intent having arrived from Arsenal to challenge for a place in the first team. The 19-year-old on target. He'd come close on a couple of occasions already. Once more afforded some space, but Minteh did well to find him. But he still had plenty to do. Sekagawa. Had a little spell this from the Antlers. Going for the spectacular, and that wasn't far away. That certainly had Jason Steele worried. Good effort from Maruka. Trying to bend one towards that far corner, and it did not miss by much. The absence because of international duty on this trip of for Bruggen in goal. So this one breaks for Cozier-Dubbery. Free kick appeals are continuing, but on runs Cozier-Dubbery to score again. He needed no second invitation. No mistake. 5-0 Brighton. And this is some impact from the teenager. Brought on with the rest of the outfield players at the break to completely take this game away from the Antlers. He certainly felt they should have had the free kick here, but looking at that, nothing in the appeals. It was more, I think, in hope than expectation. And Cozier-Dubbery does the rest. Fuji trying to squeeze one in, very nearly managed it. Just didn't quite have the gap to do so. Sekagawa. This is the first, of course, of a number of high-profile friendlies. As the ball is played forward in awkwardly, and in by Tokada for Kashima, who have got their goal. And it's quite a moment for the 17-year-old. Yet to score in senior football, just about staying onside. It was very tight when that ball was played by Suzuki. But he was able to bring it down and get the better of Jason Steele from there. to improvise a little bit with the finish, given where it fell and how it fell, but he did just that, took it smartly. This is Buonanotte. Barco had continued his run, and that was just a fraction away. Deflected wide. Valentin Barco had put himself in the perfect position. Just brushed off Wader on the way wide, and it was not wide by much, was it? Jason Steele is going to get there first. And that will be that. Well, hugely encouraging start for Huxtela in his first game as Brighton boss. 5-1 winners at the National Stadium. Kashima Antlers never really got into the contest. They did have the final say in the scoring. Suzuki setting up Tokada late in the piece to deny Jason Steele his clean sheet, but so many positives for Brighton to take from this performance. Up and running in pre-season with a big win at the National Stadium in Tokyo. Kashima Antlers 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 5.